Are we in another tech bubble, just like the previous tech bubble?
Yeah, I've been asked that quite a few times, especially last year when things were really hopping. Um, I said no last year, and actually I was right because if we were in a tech bubble last year, it basically burst middle of February, and the whole market would have fallen apart like it did in 2000, and it didn't. It just kind of rotated out into a broader segment, which was great. So, yeah, I was here in 2000. I would say that the thing that reminds me the most of a tech bubble is cryptocurrency. And I always like to tell the story about one of my clients that called me from his car asking me about a stock. And this is in 99, I believe. And he wanted to buy and know about bingo.com. Okay, so I look up bingo.com. It's registered in Florida. It had just become IPO like 9 months ago and went from $1 to $9. I mean, that's a huge run. And that's why it caught his attention, obviously. But when I look behind the scenes, the company did not have approval on a regulatory basis to do bingo online. And so they didn't have a product. There was nothing there. And the only hope you had if you're going to buy bingo.com was that somebody else would buy it for $10 if you bought it for 9 or $11 or something. Cryptocurrency is exactly the same. There's nothing behind it. There's no use case for it right now. They talk about being able to use it as a digital currency. It's been out, Bitcoin's been out for 12 years. It's still not really being used as much as it should if it was really going to be effective. Compare that to, say, Venmo, which has been out less than 12 years, and now it's really working in terms of transactions, on an electronic basis. Um, and so that's the area that I would say is the most like that. And that has started to kind of crater here. We've been talking about cryptocurrency just about every show. Something comes up in that area. I just read an article saying there's 8,400, cryptocurrencies right now. Again, that's a lot like the dot-com bubble because you could make up a company, bingo.com. I'm going to make this up and I'm going to register it and I'm going to go out and go IPO. And somebody made money on that. Like it wasn't my client because I didn't let him buy it. Luckily, because it went bye bye. Um, and so, yeah, I actually the overall stock market that we're in right now is extremely reasonably priced in comparison to what we were looking at in 2000 at the top. The PE ratio was really, really high compared to now. And so, no, I don't think so. I think in certain areas, I definitely felt like we were in a bubble in that clean energy, innovative technology, genomics area, the ARC funds, all of those things, which peaked out in February, but it didn't bring down the whole market. And hopefully cryptocurrency doesn't either. But it's a good question, but I don't think so at this point in time. We could get there. I'll let you know because I was there. I remember this is not like that. It's not, except for some areas like crypto.
Do you believe that over time the fragmentation will and like all the companies will consolidate into a couple coins essentially, and that's when it's a good time to start investing?
Yeah,
Like you,
yeah, it's a good point because think about it. I remember during the dot com bubble, there was so many companies, right, coming out, and with a product or no product or what have you, and now we have Amazon. Uh, what a great find that was, and that came out of the dot com bubble. So somebody's going to survive in the cryptocurrency area. I remember reading articles about Detroit in the very early 1900s when the cars were coming up. There were over 2,000 car manufacturers in Detroit at that time, and now there's three. With Ford and General Motors and whatnot. So really, I think that's probably very true. And I actually think cryptocurrency sticks around at least in a few areas. There's some potential money to be made there. And like Amazon, and I don't know which coin it'll be. There's 8,400 of them. That's an incredible number. And which one actually works and sticks around, we'll see. I will say one of the things that did happen this week that I didn't mention in my weekly summary was that Chairman Powell of the Federal Reserve mentioned that the U.S. is working on a digital currency. I call it the digital dollar. that's a big threat to cryptocurrency. And he said that you wouldn't need cryptocurrency once they get their digital currency out, which I thought was kind of interesting. So he's already doing a marketing push for this. But people buy cryptocurrencies for other reasons. And, having US backing actually isn't an advantage for some people. And so that, be interesting to see how that plays out. But there's about to be a lot of competitors coming in. And I do think it'll winnow it down to, a less than 8,400 are going to survive.